For heaven's sake, stop doing squats with barbells, dumbbells, blue bell, or even body weight until you master these moves first. It's what my own students are doing, and they've progressed to extremely powerful strength and skill that requires thousands of pounds of force, up to vaults, huge jumps, flips, and even double backflips. From kids to teens to adults to 59 years young and beyond. Of course, we use squats. Legs are designed to bend that way. We've done everything from heavy lifts to partner squats with a person on your back to single leg jumping squats with weight. By the way, I'm doing some traveling right now, so I'm not at my headquarters like in my other videos. Well, we've heard from countless people through email and in the comments about their numerous problems as a result of squats, even with good form. And I want to help you get stronger and more skilled without the damage. And from our experience, as well as hearing from other athletes and in articles, squats aren't really responsible for advanced athletics anyways. In a lot of ways, heavy lifting will weigh a person down and even start chronic or catastrophic injury. Spare yourself. Symmetrical barbells with a weight rack in perfect form doesn't even simulate anything in nature or natural movement anyway. Maybe a fireman carry, but not really. I'm going to show you the best moves to start with, even as a beginner. But remember, most of the purpose of how we train does not involve making big muscles for appearance sake, or increasing numbers for lifts, or even decreasing numbers on the scale. It's about 3 pieces: increasingly more advanced skill, power, which is essentially strength plus speed, or to be academic, the amount of work over time, and sustainability, how long over one's lifespan a person can perform at that level. And an even bigger emphasis for me is applying these principles to all of life. For example, a round off for a back handspring where the legs are bouncing off the ground. Not just spring floors either, but hard ground. That could be up to 14 times a person's body weight. So for me, that's over 2,500 pounds of force. A person who only squats, even if hundreds of pounds, will not have the rest of the leg or full body conditioning necessary to handle those forces, from the Achilles all the way up to the lower back. It just doesn't work that way. Another example that's more everyday is jumping up and jumping down. It could be jumping over a fence, down from a short ledge like this flip I did in Bermuda, or other vaults, drops, and flips in free running. These jumps can generate up to 2, 3, even 10 times body weight on impact. That means for me, this flip down to the ground from a ledge is 600 pounds or more of force. And these impacts can happen on a daily basis in daily life at weird angles, which is what messes people up. Now, if lifting in bulk is what you enjoy, go for it, but only after solid biomechanics are established. Even the best Olympic lifters started on body weight. Nothing worse than heavy lifting creating the illusion of strength and then going and doing some basic jumps or vaults and blowing out knees. We've seen it happen. Or sticking squats with jumping work like in WODs, pre-fatiguing the tendons and then blowing stuff out. On the other hand, we have students who have built some of the most explosive leg power demonstrated by huge jumps, huge flips, and huge skills that would not be possible without the training I'm sharing in this video. That's why I emphasize applying these principles so you don't end up stuck, frustrated, or injured, and get insight and oversight with a team to make sure for certain. If you do, there's no limit to the progress you can make. Plus, applying these principles to all areas of life, which is my main goal. First move. If you've watched my channel, you know about the horse stance. But I want to go in more depth, plus show you how to get to 5 minutes. This is critical. I did this for years before touching any weights, and I could immediately squat almost double my own body weight. Immediately. It was literally the only leg conditioning I did, and I got to the point of butterfly twists and backflips. One of the things I want to share with you in this video, amongst the other moves I'm going to show you, is how to get to the 5-minute goal. If you can do a 5-minute horse stance, you will unlock enormous potential, mentally and physically. Just to review the mechanics, we go feet out, heels out, feet out, heels back. It's about 2 shoulder width. You could do a horse stance with feet at any angle, and you should build that ability, toes forward or toes all the way to the side. It's just part of normal human movement. Hips level with knees. How long can you hold? Most people starting can do around 30 seconds, maybe a minute. Now, how do you get to the higher levels? Here's a little secret. Everyone loves secrets, right? Put chalk on your feet or use something sticky so they don't slide. But the first real thing, do a max attempt every day for 4 weeks. Take a day or 2 off each week. And remember, this is not instruction, okay? Don't get hurt trying these, even basics. Get formal coaching. We train doctorate physical therapists to deliver our training protocols and customize instruction, plus insurance, safety, yada, yada, yada. Then there's the mental side. You have to go to that place that you might not have been and really push mentally. You might have jelly legs the next day, but that's all right. They're transforming, and so is your mind. And the absolute best way is with other people in a challenge environment. You'll always get more out of yourself. Sometimes I'll trick my students and count slower, and they'll go way past the times they predicted for themselves. Second move, we call this the jelly legs workout. 5 rounds, 10 squat jumps. The only rest is doing 10 pyramid push-ups. Oftentimes, people will get hung up on form, neutral feet, knees out. In reality, you should be able to squat in any position, especially if it's just your own body weight. You never know what disalignment life will throw at you. And many times, people get caught up on numbers. Don't do that. We just condition. Sometimes it's 5 by 10, other times it's 50 in a row. And maybe it's singles with 1 leg squats. You should know your progress by the skills you acquire, not the numbers, not the scale, the skills. Third move, straight leg conditioning. This is where the highest forces are applied. You're literally taking your body and hitting the floor like a battering ram. Thousands of pounds of force can be generated here. I'll show you some basic entry-level methods in a second. But this is like the round off I mentioned, generating 2,000 pounds of force or more. And this force blasts through the rest of your body, training it from head to toe. Normal ways that anyone can train this and that are vastly superior to bent leg strength is rebounds off the ground. Just jumping and striking the floor with your feet. Once that becomes boring, then other variations of rebounds are progressing even up to tumbling. Or running up a wall. Just kicking the wall and bounding upwards, plus the landing where you absorb the impact with bent legs. This is natural human movement. Anyone should be able to run up a tree, a flat surface, a wall. When I was training tumbling 1 to 2 hours a day, 4 or 5 days a week, even on hard ground outside, the forces I dealt with made me insanely strong to the point I didn't even have to train muscle ups, human flags, handstands, or any of that. They were so easy because the forces were daily conditioning every aspect of my body. And all this without any squats or following a stranger's advice online. Don't do that. But if this resonated with you, then subscribe and more importantly, opt in so you don't miss any of the trainings all of our top students receive. Plus to actually connect with me and my team and we can get to know each other and start training. See you in the next video and in training soon.